let's talk about Blade. We got to talk about Blade. So Wednesday, we had to do in that emergency live because of all the crazy news that was dropping with Marvel, and among those things that was reported was the crazy story, ridiculous story about what was going on with Blade's script. Ugh. It was like Blade and his girlfriends or something. Like, I don't know what the hell they was trying to do with that. But um apparently the one thing that I like, and this is something that I said yesterday, I made sure to say this. What I enjoyed was the fact that because the article came from Variety, a very well-known, established, outlet, it basically ruffled a lot of feathers. And it also prompted a lot of other people, a lot of other insiders, a lot of other outlets to fact check what Variety reported, right? Because again, Variety, they have their sources, but that doesn't mean that they have a grapple hold on the truth, right? They don't own the truth. They might have a little bit here, a little bit there, whatever. Now, um, with that said, the moment that article dropped, you started having other people chime in on some of the bits. And one thing that got chimed on was Blade. So we actually got one of the Blade writers, one of the people that was writing for Blade, commented on the report. And he was saying here about it says here MCU Blade writer responds to report of Mahershala Ali being the fourth lead in the movie. Um, let's see. This the guy's name is Michael Starberry. And in his it was a tweet on Twitter that he had talked about this. He said Starberry stressed that he had worked on a draft for Blade before the Writers Guild strike went into effect. During his time on Blade, he quote unquote never saw a version where Blade was the fourth lead, nor that there was a narrative led by women and filled with life lessons. That's according to the report. However, Starberry added, I suppose a lot could have happened since I had anything to do with it, before sharing that Blade was in 99% of the scripts I was a part of. He also goes on to say, somebody had asked him, if Blade isn't about Blade, then why would we watch it? And Starberry replied and said, he was in almost every scene when I was involved. I don't know what happened, but I'll just say I seriously doubt he was ever the fourth lead in any draft. So, he's not really saying that the Variety report was lying, but he's casting a lot of doubt on it. So, it could be that a little bit, maybe two are true. I don't know. Maybe somebody put a pitch out or something that maybe the second he left, somebody was like, "Hey, look what I found, the 227, script." Maybe we don't know, but I just like the fact that people are weighing in on this. But here's something. I think this is some good news. And I think this is something that y'all would actually appreciate because listen, I think a lot of you guys share my frustration with the situation going on with Blade. I say it almost every single time. There would be no MCU if it was not for Blade. Okay. Blade saved Marvel, hands down, period. The least anyone could do is to put some respect on Blade's name when it comes to making these movies. So I think this might be some good news that y'all might actually appreciate. It says here now, this is from Jeff Snyder, and he's another insider. He's one of those folks that he was the one that told us about General Thunderbolt Ross being recast, but with Harrison Ford. So like a lot, some of the things that he does mention tends to come out to be true. So he's been considered a more reliable than not insider in Hollywood. So we can take what he says at least with a smaller grain of salt. But according to him, Marvel Studios, a Marvel Studios executive reportedly got fired from the MCU movie after the Blade dispute. He said here on his Twitter, there were allegations about Blade being the fourth lead in one of the drafts. I've gotten pushback on that. I don't know if that's 100% accurate, although here's what one source said. I really don't want to name the person, but I'm told when the executive who is working on Blade, basically, he tried to obscure what was going to be in his draft from writer Stacy. I don't want to mispronounce the name. He either intentionally tried to I guess, block what the draft was going to entail, or as another source put it, he didn't sound the alarm on the process or what trouble the project was in. I'm told that he was fired. Another source said it was a parting of ways. I pushed back against that because who leaves Marvel? This is the dream job for most geek executives. My source said Marvel didn't comment on anything about this, but they said it's one of the few times they ever heard Kevin Feige yell at someone. So the executive on Blade is no longer with Marvel, and that is confirmed. Y'all got Kevin Feige yelling at somebody? Listen, I met Kevin Feige. He the nicest nerd I ever seen. Cool guy. And I say that with like a lot of respect. He the nicest nerd I've ever seen. He don't look like nobody. He don't look like the yelling type. But this the one time that people heard him raise his voice because whoever this executive was that was working on Blade, they sat on this script or they were trying to hide how bad it was. So if this is true, it sounds like Marvel ain't playing no games with Blade. Because we did get the report that they are starting, obviously things got delayed because of the strike, but we also heard that, hey, they went and got the writer from Logan, the writer from True Detective that Mahershala Ali likes. So they got Mahershala happy. They got another director. Maybe, even though they should have caught this earlier, it sounds like whoever this executive was, they was playing around. And they were the reason why it was delaying things. So if this is true, we cannot get mad because it sounds like Marvel was not playing. Marvel's like, you're not going to mess around because now you're going to find out. And they fired him. Now, I went on the guy on Jeff's Twitter, and he had mentioned something like he didn't want to name who the executive was, but he was like, but the IMDb has not been updated. So I was like, oh, guess we need to go head on over to IMDb. So I did. So let's see here. Who is Jan? That's the new director. They said it was an executive, so probably not the writers. That's the cast. There go the executives right here. Well, let's make that a little bigger. Kevin Feige. Okay, well, Kevin ain't finna fire Kevin. Kevin ain't gonna yell at Kevin, right? Oh, well, process of elimination. Maybe. That's it. Now, in case y'all don't recall who Bassem Tariq is, Bassem Tariq was the former director of Blade that decided to step down. Why he decided to step down? I don't know, schedule conflict, blah, 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 whatever. But Marvel's like, all right, cool. If you can't do it, that's fine. You can still stay on as an executive producer. So all I'm saying is maybe we'll keep an eye on this. Maybe we'll see if he's still on there or not. I don't know. But either way, thank you, Marvel. I'm glad Marvel got like if this is true, that's all I'm asking. I want you to put some respect on Blade. I want you to act like you care about this. I want this to be a passion project. That's all I want. That's all I want. And if people are messing up, fire them. You fired the writer. Y'all went through 5 writers. So you fired a couple people already. And you fired the executive that was causing all these delays as well. So thank you. This gives me at least a little bit more optimism that Marvel's trying to get back on track. And maybe Blade is going to be for the better. Anyway, what do y'all think about these rumors and this speculation that maybe things are not as bad as we thought with Blade? Let me know your thoughts in the comments down below.
Thank you so much for watching. This was just a segment of one of my live chats, and if you're interested in joining in on the next one, be sure to subscribe and turn on your notifications for more. I've got more videos and reviews to do for you all, and until next time, I'll see you all later.